Niger coup leaders accuse French forces of destabilizing the country. Niger's military junta met with two Nigerian envoys on Wednesday, offering hope for dialogue before a summit with regional leaders that could result in military action to restore democracy. The talks took place as Niger accused France of violating its airspace, attacking a military camp and freeing terrorists to undermine the country. Paris denied the charges. Army officer Amadou Abderrahmane, speaking for the coup leaders, made the allegations in a video statement without providing evidence, stoking tension ahead of Thursday's meeting of West African heads of state who are expected to discuss options including military action against the junta. What we are seeing is a plan to destabilize our country, Abderrahmane said. France's foreign ministry rejected the accusations, saying its aircraft was operating under an existing agreement with Niger forces and its troops were in the West African nation at the request of legitimate authorities. During its standoff, the junta has rebuffed diplomatic overtures from African, U.S. and UN envoys. The junta leaders made an exception by meeting on Wednesday with two envoys of Nigerian President Bola Tinubu, who also chairs the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, in the capital Niamey, a Nigerian government source said. The envoys, prominent traditional leaders Lamido Mohamed Sanusi and Abdul Salami Abubakar, were allowed into the country despite closed borders. Only Sanusi met junta leader General Abdurrahman Tiani, while his counterpart met with other representatives at the airport. It went well, Sanusi told reporters upon his return to Abuja without sharing further details. U.S. troops are in Niger along with French, Italian and German forces as part of international efforts to combat Islamist insurgents devastating the Sahel region under agreements with the now-deposed civilian government. Rhetoric against former colonial power France has been a feature of coups in the region over the past 2 years, including in Mali and Burkina Faso, whose army rulers are strongly backing the generals now in charge in Niamey. The junta has revoked military pacts with France, but Paris has rejected that decision, saying it was not taken by Niger's legitimate authorities. Internal challenge. The coup was triggered by internal politics but spun into an international drama. ECOWAS, the United Nations and Western countries have pressured the junta to stand down, while Mali and Burkina Faso have vowed to defend it. The political scene became more complex on Wednesday as former rebel Rissa Agbula announced a new Council of Resistance for the Republic (CRR) aimed at reinstating Bazoum. Niger is the victim of a tragedy orchestrated by people charged with protecting it, Agbula's statement said. The CRR would use any means necessary to stop the military takeover and supports international diplomacy, he said. The challenge from Agbula raises the specter of internal conflict in Niger, which until the coup was an important ally for the West in a region where other countries have turned towards Russia.
Et créer une rupture avec le peuple qui le soutient dans son action. De créer un sentiment d'insécurité généralisé en tout état de cause. Le CNSP et les forces de défense et de sécurité rassurent le peuple nigérien quant à leur détermination à assurer la sécurité des personnes et des biens et défendre l'intégrité du territoire. À cet effet, le président du CNSP, chef de l'État, chef suprême des armées, a ordonné les mesures suivantes. Au FDS, relever leur niveau d'alerte sur l'ensemble du territoire national, au peuple de rester mobilisé et vigilant, aux autorités compétentes de saisir les juridictions et instances internationales de la question.